pleased to attend this event, and thank you for inviting me to this event. These type of events and child and family and the work that's going to be occurring over the next while are massively important. And the one thing that I've spoken a few times on, that's not written on page, is the answers aren't coming from Indigenous Services Canada. It's going to come from the chief and councils, the grassroots, the members. That's the important part of the changes that are going to happen. And I know the Grand Chief and his staff and the others in his home community are working tirelessly to make sure that these changes do occur. On behalf of Indigenous Services, let me welcome the elders, First Nation leadership, the staff, management, which is important for all the hard work that you folks are doing, the First Nations Family Advocate Center, and delegates and other invited guests. I want to acknowledge the First Nations Family Advocate Office staff, the work that you do, the volunteers for your hard work in putting on the event together, but not just the event, but everything that you do. I don't think people realize how much hard work goes into that advocacy and that group and that organization. The First Nations Family Advocate Office has had an important role in making sure that the grassroots voice is truly represented and First Nations' best interests are the forefront in the reform of child welfare system. And like I said earlier, that's the important thing, and it's going to take you folks to make that change, and you will. It'll be a better system, and more importantly, the kids will be back home where they should. There's no debate the best solutions and the best programs are the ones that reflect the unique needs, culture, and realities of each community. And that's where it's going to be important. Every community is going to have a different scenario of what they want to see for their kids, their families, and making sure the kids are safe. Since opening by responding to the needs of the families, focusing on prevention and providing opportunities and growth healing, we commend your help and support to close to 3,000 First Nation families, which has positively impacted 4,000 children. It has been over 2 years working through COVID-19 pandemic, and we commend the First Nations Family Advocate Office and their continued dedication during these challenging and difficult times. We appreciate everything you do and the support that you do for the community and the communities outside of Winnipeg. The well-being of the children and your work with Indigenous partners on reform Indigenous child family services remains strong, and among the government's most important priorities are ministers and all the other ministers and the provincial ministers. We're striving to work with our partners to achieve meaningful reform of child and family services and improve outcomes of the First Nations children and families. I want to thank you for inviting me to this, participating in this event, and I hope there's going to be more events like this, especially in the communities, because I think that's where we need to reach out to, not just in the city, but also in the communities where the work is going to be important for the little ones, and I hope we have a turnout similar to this, because it may look small to some people, but small groups start, and the next thing you know, it grows and grows, and the voices get louder and louder, and the little ones get to see what you folks are all trying to do. And we're going to be a partner of that. Thank you, Miigwech.